What's up, guys? It's Carter Thomas here with Bluecloud TV. First ever episode. I asked about this on last week's weekly coaching call, and it seemed like a lot of people were interested in it. So I'm gonna give this a shot for a week or two and see what the response is. Hopefully this is helpful. What I want to do is a daily video all about the app business, all about what's happening in the app business, breaking news, what's going on in the charts, trends, stuff that I'm seeing, stuff that's interesting. Just really like a 10, 20 minute thing every day that you can listen to, watch, whatever, that will give you an edge and keep you in the loop. Because the more you're thinking about this stuff, the more ideas you're going to get and the more opportunities you're going to capitalize on. Before we get into this, I will tell you that this video, I don't know, it may cut out. My graphics card is getting kind of old. I might need to get a new computer if I keep doing these. Forewarned. Anyway, but yeah, as you go through these, please leave a comment under the video, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, or if you're listening to this or on the blog, and let me know what you think. What did you like? What did you don't like? Please be honest with me so that I can make this better. But really the goal of this is for you guys to not only have a place to go to get news about the app business, but you just start thinking about the app business more, which inevitably turns into building bigger businesses. That's why I want you to do this, so that we can get more people building successful and winning businesses. And then you get all the financial freedom and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. So I'm going to spend a lot of I'm going to start off most of these pretty much the same, where I open up the charts and I'm going to use Apptopia. This is not sponsored by Apptopia. I'm not being paid. They don't even know I'm doing this. I just use their account because this is probably the best. This is a great place to look, especially when we get into market movers. That's really what I want to look at. I'm going to compare this to App Annie, so I might switch back and forth, but for the most part, this is where I'm going to look because it's just got more data. It's more helpful for you guys. I'm going to stick mostly in the iOS App Store. I'm going to start overall, maybe get into some categories if I get interested in certain categories or ones that may be interesting for you guys, but we'll check it out. Okay, so if you don't check the charts every day, that's fine. I would definitely recommend starting to. And not only checking them on your phone, but checking them on desktop. You can notice new things. You can switch between iPad and iPhone. It's just that, there's going to be different rankings on different platforms, things like that. Free. At this point, honestly, it's July 16th, 2017. You're not going to see a lot of movement on the free charts. Back in the day, looking at the top overall free was actually pretty useful because you could see, holy cow, golf clashes. This is the new thing, and some random person from Germany put it up there, and they used a template, and that could really snowball. It's not really like that anymore. If you're going to get up to the top 50 or even the top 100 in the App Store overall, you need to have some serious marketing horsepower. Just having a great app is not going to cut it, not even close. You've got to have something behind you, whether it be a publisher, ads, your own list, whatever. So keep that in mind. That's just what the market is. So as you're looking at this, what you're really looking at is the trend behind it, and what's the story? Like, what got this here, right? Whatever. This is kind of interesting. Sarah looks like an email app of sorts. So what I might do is go check this out, right? Like, what's the deal with this, right? Why is it in the top in the, there we go, we're back. Why is it the top in the US App Store when it's not even written in English, right? That's a little bizarre. So I might go and research this, but I can already tell you, I don't even really care if I find out, because 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be repeatable. So this isn't a huge deal. I'm just going to kill this because my graphics card obviously can't handle this right now. So that's something to keep in mind too, is if you see something going to the top, think about Facebook messages or comments you would imagine I get when something like this happens. And they're like, how'd they do it? What's the story? How can I do it? And realistically, this isn't repeatable. And even if it was repeatable, it's probably not going to be something that you want to be banking on, right? Some people would, but I think we're past that, at least in the Bluecloud world. I think I'm past that. I think it's better to actually build a real business than chase random tactics every once in a while. So in my own time, I'm not going to do that right now. I'd probably go check that out, just Google that and see why it got up there. Is there anything else that really pops up here? Everything else looks like it's either big apps or, doing that. Dancing hot dog. This is a play off of Snapchat's new big thing, right? I'm assuming this isn't by Snapchat. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't know who Anonymous Inc. is. But this is something, Snapchat released that. Maybe it is by Snapchat because they copyrighted, or that was like all over their, their marketing. So maybe it was. So that might be an interesting, fun trend if you guys wanted to go check that out. That might be something worthwhile. And then we get down here. I mean, you can start to go down the rabbit hole, but that's good for the free charts. I would probably do the same thing over on the paid charts. It's really the same story. Minecraft has been in the news recently about their mods and all that stuff changing. But I don't see a whole lot interesting that this utility app is up there. Scanner app. I've always liked scanner apps. This is interesting. I would probably go and do a little research on this app because what about this scanner app is better than all the other scanner apps to the point where it's getting to the top? If I had to guess, they just got on the front page of some major tech mag or something. But I would want to go check that out. That's interesting to me. I would also check out what they're doing as we go through. Lucky Cactus Grow, not really sure what that's all about. But I always just look for outliers. Faded, wow, there's a bunch of OG app guys. I know that they were thinking about redoing their marketing. So I actually hit these guys up. I talked to them. They wanted me to help them out for a little while, a couple months ago. So I'm assuming they really went ahead with it all and got some publishing deals. So I'd probably email them and just say, hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, that'd be cool. Man, we had a great time at one of those first app conferences. Holy cow. A raccoon and got lost in the playground and it got crazy. And then top grossing. This is good just if you're looking for ideas on monetization, really. This is just, these guys just crush it. So let's just switch over quickly to market movers. And then what this is going to show you is who's moving up the fastest or who's had the biggest changes in the last, I believe it was 24 hours. Or maybe it's 7 days. So we'll stick to 7 days. Really the best thing to do, honestly, is you want to look at these and anything that's not a brand, because if it's Baskin Robbins or Bed Bath & Beyond, that means that they're running some sort of corporate advertising. You want to look at the random stuff, right? So the truth and lie detector, ThreadUp, that's like an e-commerce store probably. What you want to do is you want to look at these random apps and go see if you can investigate that. Go look at the reviews, go look on the web, see if you can pick this up. Because if they're really high quality apps and you can see how they're doing their marketing and their Facebook page is really active, then you can glean a lot of really good info. If they got 1 star and it's whatever, not really looking very promising, then you know that they're probably just doing some sort of scam crap or whatever. So I might look at, I don't even know what the Score Hero is, Ghost Observer. I'd probably look at some of these random ones, right? Maybe ThreadUp, because I think e-commerce apps are interesting. I think that there's a lot of money to be made there, especially if you're selling stuff on Shopify right now. And yeah, so that's interesting. Maybe going into one of the categories. The rest of these I'm not going to get into. Breakout Predictor, it's not quite black and white enough for me. So I'd stick to this. So this is really what I would look at July 16th. It's enough information for me to go and spend another 30 minutes and go check these out. A couple of things in the news that might be interesting to you guys. I thought this was really cool. augmented reality can assist in circular economy aspirations. Someone left a comment about this on the Facebook page, and I thought was really good. How one thing I didn't talk about in my AR video last week was the B2B applications. And I think that this stuff, using AR, right, using goggles to help build and create products from an engineering standpoint, but also just in a corporate standpoint, I think that is actually a really amazing use of this stuff. So things like maybe utility or business categories could end up being where ARKit really makes indie developers money, where you can make an AR app for small businesses on some level. That's really interesting to me, as opposed to building like a game or something like that. So I thought this was cool. Definitely got me thinking more about ARKit in a different light, right? It's more like small business apps as opposed to trying to monetize the apps like with advertising or whatever. If you didn't see, it is World Emoji Day. I think it's either today or yesterday, but obviously very big news in our world. But Apple is going to be putting out new emojis, and if you guys remember the emoji arbitrage presentation I gave, that you can watch the workshop on Bluecloud solutions.com. Anytime that they put out emojis, this is really a good indicator. Maybe not these, but this is a really good indicator of niche markets, of people that are like zombies, or maybe dinosaurs, meditation, parenting. Anytime that Apple is putting out new emojis, the first thing I do is I don't think about the emojis themselves. I think about these markets, and I go and research these markets. I see how big they are, and I see what they're commenting on Facebook, and see if there's actually an opportunity, the way that there was with dog, or there is with dog breeds, with sporting events, with passionate people on emojis right now. So this is always a good potential way to go find new ideas for emoji audiences. And Apple, you got to realize Apple's already done all this research for you. So now they're kind of saying, hey, here are the ones that are most popular: beards, parenting, zombies, whatever. So that could be a great way to start. Golf Clash, you saw that in the top charts. You saw Golf Clash. They pulled in 1.1 million a day. And I remember back in, I think, 2013, when Clash of Clans did $1 million in a day, and it was huge news. Now it seems like this is happening all the time in even smaller and smaller apps. So this is really cool. I think it's really inspiring. What I would probably do is I would go download Golf Clash. I would go see what they're doing. I would also look and see what the big marketing push for this was. Interesting that they did it on July 4th. That's a big holiday in the United States. People might be going and playing a lot of golf, or people wish they were playing golf and they played Golf Clash instead, which is probably a more realistic scenario. Like most of these people are from the United States. And that's cool. I think golf is an unbelievable category for apps, but I also think you gotta make really terrific products to be able to compete. But if you do, it's huge. This industry is so big, and it's a very lucrative user base. They spend a lot of money. And last thing is, I thought this was really cool. You guys know I'm big on things like subscription, Apple Pay, and any way payments are made, I think, is always where you want to be looking in terms of where the future is going. Because honestly, that's how these companies make their money. And Apple, I mean, the ability to tap into the currency market or the transaction market is, hundreds of times bigger than the App Store revenue. Right? What they make on in-app purchases is a drop in the bucket compared to what they can make on processing credit card transactions. So anytime Apple does this, I like it a lot, both for you guys and also just as an Apple stock owner. What this says to me is that Apple knows that they're getting huge traffic in China, but they can't figure out how to monetize it. You guys see that in all of your apps. We see that all the time in the Facebook group. people getting traffic, but no real monetization. This is a clear attempt that they're trying to make this work. Like they're trying to figure out how to crack this code. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Keep this as a news item, because Apple is starting to really make this trying to make this work. Cool. All right, so with that, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope this was helpful. Again, guys, let me know if this was interesting, helpful, boring, whatever. Just let me know what you think about this so that I can adjust accordingly. I'm gonna do this for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, just to get some idea, baseline stuff, and we'll rock and roll. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.